Okay, so we have the hand done. The next step is we're going to work on the neck. Before we do that, I want to line up my reference image at the background. So I'm going to get to Object Select, make sure I select the image reference in the back. So I'm just going to line it up in my side view and in the front view so that I have a good reference here. So that's my side view, that looks good. The front, I had moved it a lot to kind of line up the shoulder. So let me move it back. Shoulder won't be lined up too well anymore, but that's okay. All right, so remember in the front we are pretty much just modeling half of the robot. The other half we're going to mirror over. So this will be fine just like that. Okay, so lock that down. All right, the next part is we're going to go from where we left off on the top of the model. Oops, let me get to, select this guy. There we go. All right. And go to modify, and I'll select the top of this. So currently the top piece might be a different shape for you guys. I'm not sure. I'm going to do something similar to what I did with the hand. Kind of just rotate it down a little bit. And I'm going to figure out where I want to cut that. So it's kind of halfway between this polygon. I want to cut that piece. So let me go back to Edge Select, grab the Cut tool, and well, let me just go for it first. I'm going to cut across from here to here, and then I don't want it to be square, so I'm going to cut from here to here, and then I'll go just kind of creating polygons but not trying to overlap anything, so something kind of like that. And the other part's just going to be flat. Like I said, it's going to mirror, so you don't have to worry about making the shape on the other side. We'll clean that up when we get to that point. Okay, so out of the Cut tool. Be careful when you're grabbing vertices now, but this one you want to kind of push out a little bit. All right. Something kind of like that. It looks like a, to me it kind of looks like a home base, a pentagon type of shape. All right, let's go back to the front and let's extrude. All right, that's pretty good. Actually fits really nice for mine. You can adjust the size for yours if you need to. Let me go to the left, and yeah, that's pretty good. So at least the neck kind of lines up. You could go a little bit further if you wanted to, and you can scale it out a little bit. Let's scale it up just a little and out, kind of like that. And then from the front, it looks fine. All right, so that's pretty much it for the neck. I'm going to go ahead and keep going with the head part because that was pretty short. Let me pause for just a second. Okay, so going up and developing the head is going to be a little bit tricky because we have such a small piece to kind of work from, and we're going to make it a lot larger. But I think we can do it. So I'm going to save as currently neck, just in case I make a mistake, and I'm going to go back to this point. So I recommend you do the same. All right, so I still have the top of that selected. So I'm going to go ahead and do an extrusion here, and I'm going to do a pretty big one. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and extrude. Well, hold on. Let me think about this. Maybe I will make it larger first. So I'll just do a small extrusion here and then try to scale it out. Let's see what happens. Yeah. I'm not sure what this is going to look like here. But let's see. Yeah, that looks kind of crazy, but I guess we can cut it. Gonna have to cut it a little bit anyway. I guess that works. So just extrude just a little bit, and you're going to scale it out a little. And I'm actually going to move it down pretty flat. Kind of like that. It's like a very flat piece currently. That kind of worked. All right. So just a very small extrusion, scale it out a little bit so it fits to the edge. This side I'm not concerned with because we're going to cut that. But this edge, what you want. And on the sides, you want to make sure that it kind of scales out for the whole head. All right, so let's, it's still selected, so let me extrude again. All right, this might work. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab kind of a bigger piece of it. You can go a little bit out here if you like, and then you can scale out for the different part, or I might just extrude the parts of the head that need to be kind of popped out after. I think that's what I'm going to do. So like we did the shoulder, I think I might do these a little bit later. So something like that would work. Let's go to the left hand side. Yeah, that's probably fine. All right. So back to the front here. Okay, so let me get to vertice select, and you can, yeah, that works. There's only one vertice here for me, since I had kind of like a pentagon shape, so I'm just going to cruise that out like that. And then from the left, the least number of vertices that you have to deal with, the better. So if you did it like this, that's fine. Just kind of shaping it to a drawing. So I'm just grabbing like a couple sets of vertices at a time here, not too many. And like I said, I think I'm going to pop that out, so I'll leave that alone. As you're doing that, just kind of check and make sure you didn't mess anything up. Rotate around. Alright, it doesn't look too bad. It looks very boxy and not too great right now, but we'll fix that. Okay, so that's not too bad. One thing probably want to do is line up the vertices so that they're not different. So you notice that my front and my back one weren't really lined up, so I want to line those up, even though I probably did that from looking at the side view. So that one's okay, I guess. Let's see what happens. Yeah, maybe I messed that up because, well, no, that's fine. Okay. So the other one I brought up on the side, that's okay. All right. Let's see how much time. Okay. So the next piece is you want to pop this out, and we probably want to do, it's not really flat on the sides, so we're gonna do a little cut here, and I think I'm gonna use Q slice tool so we can slice all the way through. So go to edge select and grab a Q slice, and gonna slice just like through here. You can slice it from one end to the next. All right, so that will work. And I think I think that might be enough to kind of get it started. We'll see. Actually, I kind of want this to flatten out. I don't want a point on there. So, it needs to be really kind of a rectangular head. And what I had was a pentagon. So I kind of could have stretched it out. Let me see. Yeah, I could have stretched this point out. Let me undo that. All right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out of QSlice. I'm going to delete a couple of faces here. Yep, that'll work. And then just kind of bear with me here. I think this will work out. So I'm basically going to cut the piece that we had into more of a rectangle instead of a pentagon. Probably should have done that before we sliced it, or before we extruded it, but I didn't really see what was happening there. So okay, so something like this. If you get out of the cut tool. All right, so if you kind of followed along, you'll see. All right, now I have kind of a rectangular piece. And we go back to vertice select. Oops, undo. I think I may have messed something up there, so let me weld these pieces together. All right, so let's see. There we go. So now I can just move it all as kind of one piece instead of having a point on the side. Yeah, that's going to work better. All right. Let me see here. Okay. All right, that's going to be a lot better. So if you could do something similar, I suppose, if you had like a pentagon, maybe before you extrude it, or go back, or just do kind of like what I did. It wasn't too hard. You basically just want kind of a rectangular head. Don't make it any harder than it is. All right. And then now that I cut those pieces, I need to cap this off. So border select, and then cap poly. All right. So now, from the side view, now I'm going to cut the pieces that I need. This will be a lot easier. So now I'm going to cut the pieces that I need for like the ear piece or whatever it is that's on there. So here we go. Let me cut. That'll be fine. Let's see. Oops. Hold on. Get out of the cut tool. Okay. Cut tool. Just going to make a few cuts around or on the side of this, just so I can have enough to shape a piece that will be for the ear, or that part that pops out on the head. I guess that's the ear. I don't know what that is. All right. I'm doing quite a few cuts just so I can get a nice circle. but you can do whatever you think is right. Okay, now let me cut a few on the sides. Actually, yeah, now I can just do the shape, I think. Let me check from the front. Yeah, it doesn't really go all the way to the side, so let's see what we got. All right, kind of something similar to that, and then I'm not sure how much on the front it's going to go. We'll have to extrude that and see what's up with that, but I think that's probably going to be good. I might want a couple of cuts on the side. Let me see. I think from here to here, maybe. Let's see. Well, it's hard to tell. Definitely, I think I want something down the side here, so let's see what happens. Okay. Now let's take, oops, get out of the cut tool. All right, so before I extrude it, I want to take a couple of these. Or there, that's better. That's kind of what I wanted. But I'm not sure. That's going to be too high for the front. We'll see what happens. Okay. So next, polygon select. And take these pieces and get rid of them like we've done before. Get that entire ear piece and we'll cap it. And try to extrude it out. Let's see what happens. I think it looks great from the side. From the front, not so great. Because it doesn't really line up, but that's okay. You know what? I think that's fine. I'm going to leave it from the front. And I think I'll just do maybe just a little bit, maybe 0.15 or something. And then do another one and scale that one in. All right. I guess we can do just one more tiny one. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Something like that. Okay. And then for the top piece, first, before I do that, I want to make sure I cut this other piece going here. So we're almost out of time. Well, no. Let me pause and make sure I haven't gone too much time here.